Hi, this is Avery with another 5 Question Friday, and I'm here with Andy from our commercial insurance division, and we are going to be talking about cyber insurance. So, Andy, what exactly is cyber liability insurance?
Well, good question, Avery. It's a hot topic right now. So it's 100 different things, but the main few things that people think of are, the Target breach happens from a few years ago, or a big credit card breach happens. So it's a cyber bad guy stealing personal information
Or holding it hostage?
That's right, or from usually personal information from your employees or your clients. So, like in the Target case, it was everybody that came through Target. Their credit cards were compromised.
Right.
And so, in a local business case, it's if you've got 1,000 clients, what happens if the cyber bad guy gets access to your 1,000 clients?
Right.
So,
and fixing it.
Do what?
Like sort of repairing it,
or no? They may not even tell you they've got access, but they can sell the 1,000 clients information on the dark web, or they can lock you out of your system and not let you work, and you got to pay them what we call ransomware. And they may say, hey, you got to give us $60,000 before we give you your passwords back.
And that's where the cyber insurance.
That's right. The cyber insurance can pay the ransom, and it can pay to notify all the people that had their information compromised. And so it does, there's 100 different ways, but these are the kind of the most common that we're seeing now. Ransomware, something called funds transfer fraud, or every company's got a different way to describe it. But ultimately what it is cyber bad guy takes over your system.
Right.
And it works both ways. They can send a fake invoice to one of your clients,
or a lot of your clients.
That's right, and say, pay us $10,000 for our services. And some people can pay this, and there's no services ever offered.
Right. Or they're used to paying these people every week.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So it looks like a totally legit invoice, and it's not. And then, or they get access, and they a fake invoice will come in from one of your if you buy a product every week from the same 10 suppliers, and now you get another invoice that looks just like it, and the person processing your accounts payables just pays it. Boom, 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 and it looks the exact same. So those are probably the top 3 or 4 things we're seeing.
So how would you say, 2020 with COVID has made a lot of things more digital than they used to be? How would you say that's impacted the cyber world?
Yeah, so it's impacted it in one huge way. Is so many people are at home, and there's less accountability from the people in the office watching the websites people are clicking on. So the phishing thing. So if you don't know what phishing is somebody sends you a bad link in an email that looks legitimate or not legitimate, but when you click on it, it gives access to the cyber bad people into your computer. So now thousands and thousands of more people are at home.
You can't walk and ask your coworker, hey, is this me?
That's right. People click on it and whoops, I didn't mean to click on it. I don't say anything.
Right.
And now all of a sudden a cyber criminal has access to, maybe it's just that one computer, but maybe it's the whole network.
And they don't always strike right away.
No, a lot of times
we've seen that. Yeah, they sit and wait and
monitor
you and get your patterns. Yep. So that leads me into who needs cyber liability insurance.
So I know this is going to sound classic sales guy, but it's like the trend we're seeing is sometimes Target gets hit, and it's a big claim and it makes the news and everybody hears about it. But by far the majority, over 50% of the claims, are happening in family businesses. So
smaller local businesses.
Just 10 employees, 20 employees, and so I think it takes so little time to call your insurance agent. It doesn't even need to be us, and ask, how much would it cost, right, for me to get a cyber quote?
Right.
And it's probably more affordable than you think. But I think this is the way of the future. I think that, it can cripple a mom and pop business, a ransomware event. They ask for $100,000, or we don't unlock your stuff.
Right.
If you don't have the insurance, you either got to pay it, or you try to get the FBI and the police involved, and it takes them months, and you can't operate your business, and one of our clients says he had this happen and it was the worst 2 weeks of his life. Like he just was like, we could not operate, we couldn't get orders out, we couldn't receive orders, we couldn't, we were doing everything on paper and trying to we'll remember to cash,
hopefully to invoice them later
for weeks, right? And so he just is like, it was awful. And ransomware, the average claim used to be 50 and it's just going up. It's going
They're getting
up,
more
up,
and
up,
more
up, up.
sophisticated.
Yeah,
right.
So the cyber bad guys used to really try to steal Avery's personal information.
Right.
And now they realize that we can just
that's not where the money
system.
is.
That's right.
It's where the businesses are. And if there's insurance. So what's the process look like and for someone who is thinking, okay, I don't have this policy or maybe I need to reevaluate mine, what does it look like? The application process, how long does it take?
Yeah, so it takes a day or two usually, and what your insurance agent needs is number of employees, type of industry you're in, and a rough sales amount, right? And then sometimes within that, how much your business is done online, how much your business is done with credit cards and things like that. But 5 or 6 questions, right?
Right.
Just to get you a ballpark. And then you didn't ask, but the amount of the policy, the premium, it varies, but it's like, for most businesses, if you don't have 50 million in sales, if you're above 50 million in sales, it starts to cost between maybe $5,000 and $10,000 a year.
Right.
If you're below 50 million in sales, it's $1,000 or $2,000 a year,
which is probably a lot less than people would think it would be.
Yeah, it's going up because the claims are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and so now's the time to get it where it's affordable and you can kind of get grandfathered in over time and you have good history and the insurance company likes you over. But if these policies are going to just keep getting more and more expensive,
right? And
right now it's kind of still on the early. You'd be an early adopter to get it now.
To have it. Well, thank you for joining us for another 5-Question Friday, and let us know if you have any questions about cyber insurance. And as always, if you have even more questions about cyber security, you can always speak with your IT advisors. But thanks for joining us and have a great day.